Hey guys, welcome to the One on One in 10, where you get to see your favorite artists from around the world one on one in 10 minutes. I'm your host, Ayasha Roberson, and I'm back on the scene with a new artist. So this band is this rock punk band. I like their soul. They got this rock soul to them. And I like their songs, I like their lyrics, and they're just got this very unique grungy type of style. So without further ado, they're from the West Coast, guys. So this is the first time we had an artist from Oregon, West Side.
Ooh.
Okay, so anyhow, we
Oh,
got the
what's
Owls
up?
and Alien five-piece band. Welcome to the show.
Yo, what's up,
Hey, yeah,
everybody?
yeah.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for having me, and
Thank
you,
you
and
guys for
you.
being on the show. Now I want to get the names of each person, a part of the group, and also too, can you tell me about your musical influences?
All right, sure.
I'll
I
go
mean, I
for it.
guess I'll start it off.
Go
My
ahead.
name is Dakota. I'm the drummer for the band. My musical influences go all over the place. You know, when I was a kid, it started out with all the stuff my parents listened to. So like Queen and Janis Joplin and Led Zeppelin and Ozzy and pretty all the good classics. And then as I grew up, I started to get more into like the '90s stuff, like Red Hot Chili Peppers and Nirvana. And then just as I've aged, I've noticed my musical taste and influence has just got heavier and heavier.
Mm,
But I definitely love pop music and all that stuff too. So all over the place.
love it. I guess next, Nick. Is it Nick? Next.
Here we go.
I'm the bassist of the band, and I'm Nikki. I really enjoy stuff like Tiny Tim and lots of outsider music,
Mm,
that sort of style.
Like Captain Beefheart.
Like the Shags. I really enjoy the Shags. They're amazing.
Reading
And
Rainbow.
that's kind of where my influence
Reading
lies.
love it.
Rainbow.
Okay. And the last two of the group, introduce yourselves and let me know
I'm
what your
Dustin.
music.
I'm the singer. Just growing up, I liked like what the pop music was then was like Third Eye Blind and like Matchbox 20 stuff like that. Then I became like a pop punk kid. Lots of like Good Charlotte, Blink 182. Stop listening to Hanson. Hanson? But yeah, I like lots of metalcore. I kind of bring the heavier aspect to the band with those influences. So I'm all over the place too. It's beautiful. Yeah, I love you.
Love it. And last but not least,
Hi, I'm Jeff. I'm the lead guitar players of this circus over here. And as far as musical influences that got me to touch a guitar, it had to have been Angus Young from AC/DC. Just the
wow.
drip and sweat from that guy and all around balls to the wall energy definitely came from that guy. And then later it came from Ozzy's earlier guitar players, Def Leppard's one of their earlier guitar players, Van Halen, not so much till I got a little older, but mostly my main guitar players are just older guitar players from the 80s and late 70s and stuff. But my musical love goes older and all the way around too. I got a lot of love for a lot of different music. So
Love it. Now, can you guys tell me how did you come up with the concept of your band's name, Owls and Aliens?
ouch.
It's very unique. Like,
We went to the library and found out we looked for one kid's book title that they did not have.
hmm,
And we picked that one. And it was I don't remember who it was published and illustrated by, but we thought that would be a great name. I'm
wow.
just kidding. I'm
I
just
think I think we I think we wrote it. I think we wrote the book.
Yeah, we just haven't published it yet.
I'm working on the
It
graphic
it came
novel.
it came out of a lot of different what do you call that?
It's like a long, convoluted
Yeah, it had a
story.
couple of different evolutions of names. It started with uh uh I Just Kissed an Owl was the first one, and that didn't ring well with between five members, and then it would switch to Night Owl, and then we rolled with that for a little while until we found out that there were some other people using that name, other artists using that name. Our music was getting mixed up, so we backed off and just decided to look for a name that was more original, but we wanted to stick with the owl theme because OIT's here. Dakota's a graduate from OIT. That they're owls. I love owls. It's all owls around this town. So we stuck with that, and I think eventually one of us blurted it out. I don't think any one of us have a particular memory of how it came about, but it was definitely one of those nights where we were hanging out and just blurting shit out.
Yeah, I
Oh,
actually remember that it came out through Messenger. We were like in the group chat, just
Yeah.
listing off a million different things, and that one was like, whoa, that sounds cool. And it was something that was original, we'd never heard before. You look it up, you don't see anything except for if you look that up, all you're going to find is either us or the movie The Fourth Kind. So
I love it.
and
I think it's a very unique name, and I believe also with a lot of groups and with individuals as well, we start to evolve over the years. So certain things may sound right initially, and as we evolve, things sound just differently, and we kind of recreate or reinvent ourselves as artists. And I think it's kind of hard as artists to sometimes reinvent ourselves and evolve.
yeah, and the beauty of the name too is that the artwork is endless. I mean, we can just forever
We've got a
tons of
theme.
ideas. So
Now, what are your challenges and successes as artists? Can you list maybe one each?
Challenges, I'd say, at least from my perspective, is if you, for an artist, especially a band that I've discovered, this is my first real band ever, is that you really have to be a team. And if you don't have a team and everybody's not being a team, it makes it harder for the team. So communication is always something that we always have to stay on top of, because it's like having four girlfriends.
Right.
You know, everybody's got to agree, and everybody's got to stick it out to each other. We've been through some of the hardest times with each other, and sometimes still going through the hardest times. So I think that as a band, one of the biggest challenges is just making sure that y'all still care about each other and love each other. It's not a struggle for us because we do it anyways. It's just natural. But I think for a lot of bands, that could be a major struggle to, like you said, evolve, but still, you know, genuinely have each other's back and be a team about this, because this is what we want to do. This is our future. So we don't mess around with it, you know, in any sense. So
Love it.
yeah.
So, what are some of your successes as a band?
I think one of our most memorable trips that we've got to do was when we recorded the album. We started it off in Sacramento, California, and that was like literally right when the pandemic was hitting, and like that weekend was like when everything shut down. So we didn't even know if we were going to be able to make it home, and I believe we only recorded one song on that trip. And then we were able to do a couple more sessions in Sacramento, but because of COVID, the producer we were working with was like, you know what, I need to close shop and change things up, and he decided to move to Austin, Texas, and rebuilt a studio. And we were halfway recording with him, and despite all those challenges that arose from that, obviously, with the pandemic and then having to figure out how to get to Austin and everything, we were able to do it, and we finished the album out there with him, and it was just an absolute blast. And I think you hear that in the record, the amount of fun that we had, and I'll forever remember that. So
I love it. Now, let's talk about your new music. I mean, you have a lot of new music on this new album. So, I like Mercy. I like all of it. I think it's a great album. How did y'all come up with the concept of the album? This is I don't want to give too much away because I want people to buy your album. But how did you come up with the concept of the album and the title as well for the EP?
yeah, totally.
Well,
Well, I think one of the biggest things when we started this band is that it was all just natural, you know. Everything that we do and write, it's very collaborative. There's no like agenda. We just let things like flow, and the way that the music comes out is the way that it comes out. And as far as instrumentally and the musically and the flow of the songs and energy, I think it's just kind of like our inception and the beauty of us playing music together, and that's definitely a big theme I hear.
Anyone else can add?
just lyrically, a lot of it is it's like an internal monologue is the main like concept, if there was a concept to the album. And it's like arguing with yourself, defeating the negative side of yourself, and overcoming a lot of
I love it. You
thought
can't.
process.
I love the album. You can't save everyone. I think it's just a really good concept, and like you said, it's like it speaks to so much stuff that we go through in our everyday lives. And if we didn't go through, we know someone else that goes through it. So it's like you talking to me. I can feel that music. I can feel that conversation. And it's very relevant to hear music that's very organic, but also relevant as well. And I think that's the authenticity a lot of independent artists lose, and even mainstream artists lose as well. But I think that's the authenticity that you guys have, and because you are a group and you're able to get along and still go through the bumps and bruises, y'all still are not losing that authenticity and that organicness that makes you owls and aliens. I love it.
Yeah,
Right.
very
Yeah,
well
thank
put. Very well put.
Yeah.
Thank you. So can you tell the audience how they can see your shows, how they can book you for upcoming shows, where they can find your music at?
Dakota.
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty simple. You just go to owlsandaliens.com and you can find everything you need there. All of our upcoming shows are right there. Our music videos are all on the website, links to our streaming services. If you want to download the music directly, you can do so off the website. You can buy our songs there. We will have some merch hopefully available soon online too. So yeah, that's really the place to go. owlsandaliens.com.
I'll definitely support it, and I want to buy some merchandise as well. So let me know so I can support you guys and all that
Sure,
you
yeah,
are
for sure.
represented on the East Coast. But
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for being on our show, and thank you guys for tuning in, fans, to the 101 in 10, where you get to see your favorite artists from around the world 101 in 10 minutes. Make sure you stay tuned for the next edition of the 101 in 10. You never know. We will be coming to your city, state soon. Have a good day. Take care of yourselves, and bye.
Thank you.